Whew. So much to talk about, it's not even funny. Texas. You know, I've heard everything is bigger in Texas. One thing I didn't anticipate in Texas is the fact that there is so much wind. It is just ungodly. Just a few notes. My day started off by going from Pilot gas station where I couldn't fill up. I made it to the next exit. This is like beginning of Texas. I made it to the next exit, right? And there's this beautiful sign that says 76 on it. So I'm like, okay, gas station, beautiful, prices are posted. I pull in only to discover that every single gas station is closed. Great. Taking the frontage road, got to the next gas station, can't get in. Great. So I start driving down interstate. All good people. Finally make it to a suitable for me fill up location, right? Basically made my way, and then I had to go through the horrible gridlock that is Dallas, Fort Worth, some other city that's in there. There's like 17 cities all kind of in one. It's kind of like trying to get through New York City, except that there's multiple New York cities next to each other. There's like a bazillion cars. So if you drive an RV, if you tow a travel trailer, if you tow a fifth wheel, if you drive anything at all, and you don't have to go through the Dallas area, trust me, do not go to Dallas area. You're going to regret it. There's nothing for you to see over there. Nothing at all. Nothing. Everybody's cutting you off, right? And you're in this big giant thing, you can't move, right? And the fact that, like, imagine a straight road, and every single thing just zigs and zags, and people cutting you off, and there's roads doing this and roads doing that, and you're like, well, where do I go, right? And if you have to like shift lanes, it's not just, you know, you just can't do that. So I apologize, I'm getting ready to eat. So after all of that, I mercifully made my way to Highway 287 and made to a very nice picnic area where I just kind of relaxed, forgot about all my sorrows. Well, little did I know what was coming in store. The road takes you through, I'm like, at this point I've seen probably 2/3 of ecological variety in Texas. I'm getting to the point where it's getting to the deserty bits. That's, you know, in the future. Today, by the day's end, I'm gonna be crossing over into New Mexico, camping right on the border. But so I got to see everything from like mature oaks and pine trees and all this giant sort of deciduous forest, you know, just very thick and luscious, and then a whole bunch of hills that go like that, you know, up and down, and eventually it's like somebody just stomped on every single hill, because every single hill becomes this very gradual up and very gradual down. It's so weird. And then eventually the vegetation gets a little bit more scarce, a little bit less scarce, a little bit less scarce, a little bit less scarce, and then you get to the point where the vegetation are, you know, like trees are like 30 feet tall, 20 feet tall, 10 feet tall. And that's the interesting part. You get to an area. Who's over here? I'm at a gas station. Speaking of gas stations, I don't know if camera will pick this up, but way over there, that travel trailer right there, it's a white Jeep being towed by well, I mean the travel trailer being towed by a Jeep. They were tailing me with the wind the way it is, because it's nothing but plains. There's like no vegetation at all. It's all grass, all flat, and the wind easily is like 50, 60 miles an hour. There's windmills, the power generating ones, just everywhere, like 360 degrees, just hundreds, as far as I could see. They're all spinning and spinning, and the wind is just ridiculous. Okay, so this guy on the white Jeep towing his StarCraft, and by the way, guys, if you are in that vehicle and you've been driving behind me, there's a reason why I was driving slow. It's because my RV is going like this with the wind. So what happened was, when you guys passed me, and I hope you're watching, you shielded me from all the front wind. So thank you for that. Because driving behind you, watching you guys go like this, it's a scary thing. Like, you have to know the limits of your vehicle, and obviously you have to know the limits of your ability on top of it, and adapt to conditions. So you have to slow down, you have to speed up a little bit. And in their particular case, oh, look at them, they're pulling out over there in the back. They travel with a couple of dogs. So it's crazy, and especially if your vehicle is not equipped for towing like a Jeep is. It's capable of towing. It's not a tow vehicle, right? The people that either the dealers sell them trailers, or people show up with something else with intention of towing with something else. Jeep is not a proper vehicle to tow travel trailers with. Certainly not in situation like that. It's just not. It's capable of towing. It's not a proper tow vehicle. Nevertheless, it is crazy. Oh my goodness, the wind, it 360 degrees. Like, you don't even have the time to react to it hitting you from the left, because it's already hitting you from the back and from the front and from the side and from, it is like all road, like entire, I must have driven 150 miles on that 287, and I still got ways to go. 287 to 78, you'll forgive me, I'm not familiar with the roads here. It's the one that goes diagonal to Amarillo from Dallas. It is extremely windy, and all you do is go like this while also going like this, right? And if you get car sick, this is you're gonna be puking all over the place. That's for sure. It is difficult to drive. There's really no right way of doing this, because your RV is just a windshield, really. There's just so much surface on your vehicle that every time the wind hits you, it's, especially if it doesn't, like, if it hits you on the left or on the right, at least it pushes you like so, right? But if it hits you on the corner, especially like the back corner, you'll go like, ugh, right? Scary stuff. But it is very interesting to just have witnessed, I've gone from the palm trees so far, to decidual forest in northern Florida, to going through, like Louisiana, Missouri, Arkansas, where it's all kind of beginning to be hilly and magnolia trees and, vegetation that's appropriate for that climate, to eventually have migrated to Texas with its big trees, and then just watch all of it just wither away mile after mile. There's just less and less of it and less of it. So today, by the day's end, when I crossed to Glen Rio Visitor Center, it's on the border between New Mexico and Texas. I'm going to, from what I understand, officially cross over into the deserty bits. So all on the same day. Really interesting.